All right, now we're going to go to – we have to talk about the big collapse, the massive comeback, depending on how you want to phrase it. Jacksonville Jaguars down 27-7 at half. At one point, down 27-0 with only minutes left in the second quarter. To the Chargers. Chargers proceed to score 3 points in the second half, looking like the Indianapolis Colts out there. And they allow Jacksonville to score basically almost 30 let's see here. Yeah, 31 unanswered. Essentially 31-3 run.
31-3 run, yeah.
And they end up winning on a last second field goal. Jack, do you want to open this one up? General thoughts? Or?
Oh, yeah. I'll open this one up. I don't know. Right? It's hard to open this one up, and it's hard because this is the third largest playoff comeback ever. There's one that was 28 point. No, this one was 28. There's one that was 28 point. One that was like 32. And yeah, I mean, when you give up this many points, and especially when it's this much a tale of two halves. When it's at the half, it was 27-7, and yeah, like you said, that last 7 was at the very end of the quarter. But still, in the second half, that was a 24. I'm thinking, look at that's right, 24-3 difference in the second half. That is bad, and it's, I mean, clearly, but it's also, I think, reflects a lot on the coaching. I think it reflects a lot on coaching. I mean, Frank, and I think that, and everyone's saying that. I think anyway, everyone's right. Definitely, fingers are being pointed at Brandon Staley, and they 110% should be. And I think it's the only really thing you should point your finger at. But I'm still sort of like this. I feel like a collapse of this scale, I can't just blame Brandon Staley. I don't know what it is. I don't know who else to blame, right? But like both running backs averaged under 3 yards a carry. Justin Herbert only had 1 touchdown pass. He had, obviously, I know their running back ran for 2. Austin Eckler ran for 2. The completion rate's good, but it's not like some stellar complete. Like there's some second half offense. I would have hoped they would have lucked their way into some points. It's not like they have their defense is not good, but it's not like they've got terrible players. They have some playmakers on it. Of course, one of those playmakers, Joey Bosa, was catching a couple penalties, which is certainly not helping them. But I mean, I'm going to pass to you because I don't know what to say because this is such a massive collapse. Trevor Lawrence ended this game 4 he threw those 4 picks. Then he got 4 touchdown passes in a row without a pick. I don't know. Pretty good for him, but
yeah, my thoughts on this was pretty similar to what I had last week about this game. These teams suck. I'm sorry, but against any team who could run the ball effectively, the Jags would have been blown out in this game because they were blown out. They literally got blown out in the first half. And if the Chargers could just have a drive, like, their drives were, in the second half, basically it was a punt, 2 minutes, 2-minute drive, punt, Jags score a touchdown. And then 2-minute drive, field goal for the Chargers. 2-minute drive, right?
2 minutes.
Jags, touchdown in 2 minutes. Chargers actually have a 6-minute drive. Missed field goal. That was really, that could have, won them the game, right?
Blame the kicker. And that's what I'm saying. It's every level. At that point, yeah, blame the kicker too for that.
Right.
Blame everyone.
Jags, touchdown. Then, once again, Chargers get the ball. They got to run this out. They're still up. They're still up by 2. 2-minute drive, 5 plays, punt the ball back to the Jags so that they have a chance to win it all. With a few minutes left in the game, and that's exactly what they do. It's just the play calling, not being able to have an effective run game. It's just shocking. But to be fair, I mean, I kind of felt like the Chargers had a little bit of too much eggs in one basket. But when you get spotted that lead, and look at Jacksonville. Jacksonville, they're starting
gave up a lead that big.
They had 4 ints in the first half, 5 turnovers. We're out here around 2:00 in the afternoon on the Monday after the game. I mean, Staley We have not got
is
word
yet
that
to be
Staley
fired.
has not been
I know.
fired yet.
I was thinking the same thing.
But I would have fired this guy yesterday. I was saying that this guy should have been fired mid-season.
Lovie Smith overnight sort of thing.
Yeah, 100%. I just don't. I mean,
yeah.
And I'm not. I haven't liked Brandon Staley the entire time. So
yeah,
that's just
true, yeah.
me. But
here's one last big takeaway for me from this game, and I'm glad I just remembered. I didn't write this down. I mean, I think this game more than anything else tells you, if you're the owner of the Chargers, if you're the GM of the Chargers, Sean Payton might be worth a first round pick. It might be worth trying to entice him, try to say, hey, Sean, oh, look, we got this great quarterback, try to blah, 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 blah. Say to the Saints, hey, Saints, we're not in the same conference as you, and we're giving you this first round pick. You're like, because otherwise I think, oh, first round pick for a head coach. Oh, I don't know. But like the Chargers need a coach. And they need, like, because this, even though I was saying, oh, you can blame a lot of people for this, and you can, for this sort of collapse, I think the buck stops somewhere, and it stops at the head coach, right? At some point, if you're going to have a total collapse like this, for one thing, like, even the collapse of your players, even individual mistakes, still fall on you as the coach, I think, when it's this drastic, when it's this massive. And I think that, I think if you're Chargers ownership and everything, you have to do something. You don't run it back with Brandon Staley. Yes, he made the playoffs, but with the level of talent on this team before the season, we would have thought they would have done so much more. Like I don't know. You would have thought they beat the Chargers. I mean, the Jags, the team who was the number one pick last year. You would have thought that you could beat them.
Put the tape
and not lose them twice.
Put the tape on replay. You'd think with all this, you'd think with Justin Herbert that he could, with all these weapons, with this great defense, that he could win some games. You think that they're a cursed franchise.
Hey, their starting tackles hurt, and that's why they gave up a 27 point comeback to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Right, left tackle. That's why. That's why. Just say. Chargers ownership, please, as an AFC East, residents here, Patriots fan, please keep Brandon Staley and just say, "Oh, left tackle was hurt. Run it back next year. Run it back next year. Same thing."
Here's the thing, too. I mean, we didn't even touch really the Justin Herbert side of this, but I mean, can we at least he got to the playoffs? I guess. Like, I guess for a lot of quarterbacks, it's like a progression to like not being able to get to the playoffs, then getting to the playoffs, and then winning a playoff game. But like, come on. I mean, you're up 27-0. Some of it's the blame's got to go on him too. 100%. I mean, I agree. I mean, so come on. I mean, we got to remember this when we're doing QB rankings, off season. It's like, oh, but Justin Herbert. Well, Justin Herbert. I mean, look, Trevor Lawrence is throwing 4 picks in the first half, and he's getting it done.
Everyone talks about Matt Ryan blowing a 25-point lead in the Super. And yes, this wasn't the Super Bowl, but still, like people don't say as much. Who was it? Was it Kyle Shanahan? Was he the coach?
Yeah.
I think of the Falcons at that time. People.
Well, he was the offensive coordinator. He was the offensive coordinator.
Like people say it about someone like Shanahan for that, but like. So much of that goes on Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's the dude who blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. And they should say that.
Yeah.
But if you're going to say that, you should also say it about Herbert just throwing a 27-point lead on a playoff game. And yes, coaching, but so much of the talk in that game wasn't about the Falcons' defense or the Falcons' coaching. There was. I mean, there is talk about that. But it wasn't just that. There's so much of the public discourse about Matt Ryan.
Yeah, he had
especially after the Colts game this season. And
yeah. Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
100%.